Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending where you are on the planet, because I know that we are reaching the entire world as we come together in this collective meditation for peace. Peace. So I'm Reverend Kathy Mastroianni with the Science Mind Archives. And come on just a little early to kind of gather people. Come together for just a refreshing time of peace on the second Wednesday of the month. We come together doing our Heart of Peace meditation, really featuring the work of Dr. Ernest Holmes and all that the Science Mind Archives is doing to preserve it. So it is 12:15, and so thank you and welcome. And whenever you watch this, because the recording is available on the Science Mind Archives Facebook page, just know that whenever you are watching this, that we are together. We are absolutely together in love and light, in oneness, and in peace. So I invite you to please put in the comments where you're from, where you're watching from, and maybe your intention for peace. How do you want peace to show up in your life? And we'll do that in collective meditation together. So what we do is we come together again on the second Wednesday of the month at 12:15 Mountain, because in consciousness, we're amplifying peace. We're discovering, revealing, recognizing, and knowing the peace that's within ourselves and our own hearts. But as we come together in collective consciousness, I'm Italian, I need both hands. We're amplifying the peace around the world. It's so powerful. So your consciousness and your participation is so valuable and so important, especially in this interesting time we've experienced in the world. It's been an interesting ride. And so the more we can cultivate peace within ourselves, then the world can kind of do its weird stuff. And we know the peace within, we know the love within, we know that oneness and connectedness with all. So I am here in Colorado. Woo-hoo. And we just celebrated yesterday Colorado Religious Freedom Day, United in Diversity. And they had a guest speaker of our governor, Jared Polis. And so how wonderful was that to celebrate the religious freedom, the oneness in all the faiths. And this is what Ernest Holmes teaches. I have the honor and blessing. I'm taking the Extension Study course to the Science of Mind textbook with a minister, and I'm learning it so I can teach it to you, to all of us. The archives put together these courses that Ernest taught. Ernest Holmes himself went through the Science Mind textbook, created a course so we can each take a deep dive and deeply understand these transcendent principles of science of mind, that we can bring it off into our own life. And one of the sections that I love is called Bibles of the World. Bibles of the World. And so as we talk about Colorado Religious Freedom Day, Ernest Holmes talked about religious freedom all the time, the golden thread of truth that's within them all. For example, here it says, in Christianity, God that made the world and all things therein, given to all life and breath and all things, and hath made of one blood all nations of men and women, for to dwell on all the face of the earth, that they should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him, though he may not be far from everyone. For in him we live and move and have our being. From Confucianism, great heaven is intelligent, clear seeing, and it is with you all things in all your goings. Hinduism, all pervading is he, bountiful, omnipresent, and kindly. Sikhism, as I behold creation, I am amazed and astonished. God is contained in the hearts of men. In my heart I hold God, who filleth every place. Wow. Just wow, just that golden thread of truth in all the paths. And I think that's what draws each one of us to the science of mind, because we're going into that spiritual realm of oneness, of the golden thread of truth that connects all of our hearts and souls. Deeply, we are one. That sense of namaste, the divine in me recognizes, honors the divine in you. So we're going to go into our time of meditation, which is about 10 minutes in the stillness. And so I'm going to invite you to maybe have a mantra that can bring you to center. Because in our world, sometimes it gets really busy and our minds start going to the to-do list. But right now, this is your to-do. Your to-do is to come together into the stillness, to that place of peace. And so the mantra I'm recommending, but you can use what you would like, is be still and know that I am peace. Be still and know that I am peace. So I invite you to just kind of take a breath, move to that place of center. And I'm going to watch the time, so you don't have to worry about that. You just get to, oh my gosh, to just, this is such a sacred, joyous break in our lives, in our day, to connect in peace. So again, find your mantra or use be still and know that I am peace. You're really comfortable where you are. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Gently and lovingly deepen your breath, feeling that breath of peace just permeating your whole body, your whole being, your thoughts. And if thoughts come that aren't peaceful, just allow them to drift away like clouds. And then you come back to your mantra, whatever it is your soul needs right now. So let us begin. Using the breath, using your mantra, coming together in peace. And again, in this beautiful stillness, if your mind is wandering, to bring it back to the mantra, back to the mantra, back to your sacred breath. Be still and know that I am peace. I just invite you just to gently and lovingly, if your eyes are closed, just keep them closed for just another moment or two. And deepen your breath. Even put your hand on your heart and breathe that mantra into your heart space. Be still and know that I am peace. And so just as you go through your day or the rest of the week, you can just lovingly put your hand back on your heart and be connected to that mantra, to be connected to the peace that we have together cultivated here in this sacred time. Really the heart of peace. We're connecting with the peace that's always in our hearts. So no matter what's happening, you are that heart of peace. You are that heart of peace. I'm going to have another reading from Dr. Ernest Holmes, and you can either keep your eyes closed or open them gently if you would like. Again, this is from the Extension Study course. This is about lesson 17. One of the neat things is Dr. Holmes writes a letter to the reader, and it's called The Power of Thought, Office of the Dean. So here Dr. Holmes reading this to you through me. My dear friend, nothing is more important than that we receive divine guidance in everything we do. We often wonder how to commune with the invisible so that we shall receive divine guidance. If this were as difficult as it seems, it would be impossible. It is its utmost simplicity that eludes us. This is what we have tried to explain in the special article on divine guidance in this lesson. And we hope you will practice affirming that divine guidance is yours, realizing always that the principle of mind and action responds to you in terms of the demand you make on it. Of course, you do not create the principle, but you do specify how it is to respond, in the same sense that you decide how to plant a garden or set a hen instead of a duck, or build a house instead of an automobile. One of the main difficulties in thinking of divine guidance is that too often we feel that in seeking such guidance, we are manipulating good. But nothing could be further from the case. In fact, just the opposite is true, because in a certain sense, we are permitting God to govern our actions. Divine guidance is a definite principle in nature, and according to our article, let God do it. When we work back to that subterranean source of life, it will gush up like a living fountain. So practice divine guidance every day, taking definite time for the purpose, not trying to coerce anything, but to relax, but in a relaxed way, affirm that you are divinely guided and that you know what to do, and then let God do it through you. In a relaxed way, affirm that you are divinely guided and that you know what to do, and then let God do it through you. Let's just breathe in that wisdom of Dr. Holmes. That divine guidance is always within us. And especially when we quiet our mind, when we take the time to go to the heart of peace and open our minds to receive that divine guidance and wisdom. So thank you so much for joining me today And again, the Science Mind Archive says it's a Heart of Peace collective meditation every second Wednesday of the month. But again, the recording's available for you. I invite you again in the comments to leave where you're from and maybe your intention for peace on earth, peace in your life. So grateful. We're coming together in collective consciousness. Your consciousness is so important. So I'm so grateful that you took this sacred and very special time for you and for our world as we use the words of Dr. Ernest Holmes to guide us and reveal a world that works for everyone and peace on earth. Also, I am on the Heart of Peace Committee, which I'm really grateful for. And we're doing a World Labyrinth Day walk where people are walking as one at 1 o'clock in whatever time zone they're in, creating a wave of peace around the world as we walk the labyrinth. So if you're so interested, please go, you're on Facebook right now, go join the Centers for Spiritual Living Heart of Peace group and register. And at 1 o'clock Mountain Time, actually 12:45, we're going to start with an opening ceremony, and then at 1 o'clock, we're going to create a virtual walk for you so you can virtually walk with us or find a labyrinth. You can go there. If you Google World Labyrinth Locator, find a labyrinth in your neighborhood and walk it. You can either do it physically or in your mind, but how powerful, again, collectively around the world, we're revealing even more and more peace. So thank you, bless you, love you, namaste.